Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today I'm going to be comparing two apps. The Warhammer 40k app created by Games Workshop, out only a couple months now as of April 11th, 2021, and the Battlescribe app, the most commonly used app for building Warhammer 40k armies within my area at least. Being both a Warhammer 40k player as well as someone who introduces people into 40k on a regular basis, it's really nice to be able to pull up an app that allows you to help someone build a list, build your own list, and check models, characteristics, and stats quickly all in one place. There's no doubt that the Warhammer 40k app by Games Workshop was intended to do such a thing. For players, it was supposed to make the game a bit easier and have it as a quick reference guide. However, that doesn't seem to be resonating with the players, as you can see from this rating. Now again, the Warhammer 40k app is in its infancy. They do say that they're updating this regularly. So this information is as of April 12th, 2021. It may have improved by the time you watch this. So bear that in mind. Nevertheless, despite their efforts, people are returning to the more commonly used app, Battlescribe, which has been out in circulation for quite some time. So, what is Battlescribe offering to players that the Warhammer 40k app doesn't seem to be doing? Well, first let's check out what the Warhammer 40k app actually does. Alright, as you open up the Warhammer 40k app, this is what you see, and immediately this offers more options than Battlescribe does. You have the core rules, which you can learn the rules when you're in a lineup. It's really easy to read. It goes on to the next section. You can read through these rules. So this is something that the Battlescribe, of course, doesn't offer because it's designed just for building 40k or Age of Sigmar armies. So in this way, the 40k app has options that Battlescribe doesn't have. And then it also has, in a different place, the expanded rules that you would find in the core rulebook. So this for on-the-fly checking a rule is great. It also has all of the FAQs. If it hasn't been recently put out in book form and there is an online code for it, you can read through it, like Drukhari. All of what the Drukhari have is locked up unless you actually have the Drukhari code, which I haven't put in yet. But Elysian Starstriders, all of that is readily available. All of their abilities are readily available to look through. This is fantastic. That is super handy if you just want to learn what the various models can do. But that super handy tool that they are offering right now is disappearing. Every time a new codex comes out, you need a code, and you can no longer read everything about the new models, which I don't think is necessarily the right thing to do, because if you're playing against an opponent and you just want to check out what their model that you're about to face is doing, you can't do that with this app, but you can do it with Battlescribe. Particularly if you're a tournament organizer and you're questioning the abilities or figuring out rules for other people, it's nice to be able to pull up their information quickly. And you can pull up his information, but you can't see any of the abilities, so you'd have to either memorize it or have a copy of every single codex. So there's a restriction there. Now for creating an army, GW's app wins here. The interface is really easy to follow. You've got little visual cues as well as your written cues, and all of the descriptions are visible while you are actually building your list. Battlescribe has it in list form. The descriptions come later. You've got full color pictures to go with the names. Definitely during this part of your building phase, the new Warhammer K app works better. Except it's missing a few things. I wish I could see the traits, but my Chukari thing is not set up. One nifty thing about using an app like this is that sometimes in an army that you have never played before, you want to see what it would be like if you built it. Keeping all of the abilities closed down means that you can't try it out. Now they, I assume, don't want you to be able to see it unless you actually have the codex. But I don't know whether that's the wisest thing to do for this app, for using this app. Because you already have an app that does all of this, and it's for free. You can support them if you want. If Games Workshop wants people to use this app, restricting it like this means that people won't. I mean, the codex is one thing, but the models are pretty important. And if I'm able to make up a list and then go out and get the models that I want, that is one of the most often things I see with Battlescribe for people who are brand new to the game. They figure out the list that they want using Battlescribe, and then they go out and get the models. If they really want to play the game, they're gonna get the codex anyway. The codex has a lot of stuff, and you generally need to bring it with you to a tournament anyway. People are eventually going to buy the codex for sure, but they're not necessarily going to use this app. So if they want people to use the app, perhaps instead of a punishment and a reward system, there should be maybe just a reward system where those who have purchased the codex get a discount code for the app. In that way, the app would be used longer, perhaps, because if they weren't interested in the app, they'd stop their subscription. But because of their codex, they are going to be using the app for several months, perhaps. They'll become accustomed to the app. They may become accustomed to how it works, and they'll be able to see it as it grows better. I imagine it will absolutely be getting better. Its interface is really nice. It has a lot of potential. It's just not there yet. Battlescribe offers something it does not, and people like what Battlescribe is offering. When a list is created in Battlescribe, you can use that list as a reference in game. That is the big thing about Battlescribe that this one doesn't offer. If I want to go and check out my mechanized list in this app, that's all I got. It doesn't help me when I'm playing the game. If I want to use Battlescribe and check out my same list, see, my Tech Priest Dominus is there, my Tech Priest Engine Seers are there, my Vanguards are there, and my Cerberus Sulphur Hounds are there, my Onager Doom Crawlers are there, and when I put everything else, it'll all be there. And all the different possibilities that I have are all here. But anything that I don't have, if I see my Tech Priest Dominus, I'm going to switch out the Macro Stubber to the other weapon. Tech Priest Dominus. Macro Stubber switching over to Phosphor Serpenta. It's going to be a Warlord. Again, you don't get to see what the Warlord traits are. It's all list form. App is better in that fashion. But now that I've created it, and I'm also giving you the articles. Now that I've created it, here's my Tech Priest Dominus, updated with the new abilities that she has due to her artifact, due to the fact that she's a warlord. She has the warlord trick Necro Mechanic, and her Phosphorus Serpenta is there, not the weapon she isn't using. It makes it so easy to play the game because of this here. Everything I need to know about my Tech Priest Dominus is right here. And it's also great for trading ideas among people. People love to chat with each other, right? So being able to pull up your list and say, this is what I'm doing with the Tech Priest Domina. This is what I'm doing. Because of this feature, senior players can pretty easily teach brand new players how to play. The brand new player has an idea of what they want to play, but they don't know how to create a list yet. The Warhammer app has the option to create the list, but the brand new player doesn't know all of the rules yet. The Battlescribe app, creating a list that you can print out and use in-game, helps the new player play Warhammer faster. Warhammer can take a long time, particularly when you're brand new to learning how to play. And having one single place to look at all of these new things that you have to understand is really helpful. The Warhammer app isn't there yet. It has great potential, but it's not there yet. Eisenhorn is a psyker. The psyker powers. Choosing a psyker power. It's not there. All right, let's add Eisenhorn. All right. So, Eisenhorn, no psyker ability options. That is an oversight. Should definitely be able to choose your psyker options. Now, because he's not from a brand new codex, you can figure out what the psyker options are. It says on his datasheet, which is present. Alright, so it says, way down here, that he's a psyker, and he knows the psychic powers from the Telethesia discipline. Alright. Where would I find the Telethesia discipline? What book do I get it from? I just bought this character off the shelf because it looked fantastic. You can find it, Eisenhorn's powers, in the Psychic Awakening Pariah. Psychic powers, Telethesia psychic powers. So Eisenhorn, you can find it in this area. But loadout should totally have the choices for psyker abilities there. What are you doing? That's an oversight. Which, of course, let's grab Eisenhorn. Eisenhorn under Agents of the Imperium. Eisenhorn. Come here, mister. Alright, let's see what you can do. I'm going to choose 2 disciplines. Of course, you don't know what they are until you go into there. But we're going to go Dominate and Psychic Castigation. There we go. Alright. Eisenhorn. There you are. There's Eisenhorn on all of his abilities. And of course, the 2 powers, the 2 psychic powers that I chose. This feature is why people are returning to Battlescribe after they try the app. The app doesn't have it. It has a lot of good options for an app to help people into the game. And at $3.50 per month, I would absolutely suggest it to other people to help them learn the rules of the game. But in-game, there would be too many different tabs to go through. Battlescribe has one place for everything. That's what the Warhammer app needs too. Alright, let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree. Comment below, what do you think? Comment below what you think the improvements should be for this app. Let's see what they do in the future. It's a brand new app. Give them time. I'll give them time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And like and subscribe if you did. I have now created a Discord for our patrons, so you can check that out. Alright, bye!